The shadow of the bird of prey, decoding the F-47 exotic shape in plain sight. In the secretive world of aerospace development, history doesn't just repeat itself, it leaves a paper, or rather a fabric, trail. For years, aviation enthusiasts and defense analysts have been trying to piece together the puzzle of Boeing's next-generation air dominance demonstrator, often colloquially referred to under the mysterious designation F-47. While the Pentagon keeps its sixth-generation fighter programs strictly classified, Boeing's own history suggests that the ultimate clue to this highly exotic, stealthy shape has been hiding in plain sight all along, on a military morale patch. To understand the future of the F-47, we must first look back at its direct genetic progenitor, the legendary Boeing bird of prey. The progenitor, Boeing's bird of prey. In the late 1990s, Boeing operated a highly classified, entirely black-budget project, known as the bird of prey. Developed by Phantom Works, this technology demonstrator was built to pioneer groundbreaking stealth concepts, radar-absorbent materials, and rapid prototyping techniques. The bird of prey looked like something pulled straight out of science fiction. It featured a truly exotic planform, a gapless, tailless design with a highly blended fuselage, and gull wings that drooped down toward the tips. It proved that an aircraft could achieve incredible low observable characteristics, without relying on computer-controlled flight stabilization or traditional vertical stabilizers. When the aircraft was finally declassified in 2002, Boeing executives and military handlers revealed a fascinating detail. The exotic, unmistakable shape of the bird of prey had actually been worn on the shoulders of the program's engineers and pilots for years. It was woven directly into their squadron-style morale patches. To the uninitiated, it looked like a stylized, fictional graphic. To those in the know, it was the exact aerodynamic layout of America's most secret stealth jet. The F-47 and the NGAD connection. Fast forward to the race for the next-generation air dominance program. The Air Force's initiative to field a highly advanced sixth-generation family of systems to replace the F-22 Raptor. Rumors have long swirled that Boeing manufactured and flew a full-scale NGAD demonstrator. When military analysts began noticing new, highly specific patches emerging from Boeing's Phantom Works, history immediately began to rhyme. Just like the bird of prey, these modern patches featured a highly distinct, never-before-seen planform, decoding the exotic shape. What does this plain-sight planform actually tell us about the F-47's design? Analysts pointing to the hinted shape note several radical design departures. The ultimate tailless design. Traditional vertical tails are a massive liability for radar cross-section, especially against low-frequency radars. The shape hinted on the F-47 patch confirms a completely tailless profile. Relying on advanced split-rudder thrust vectoring or differential thrust for yaw control. A blended flying wing delta hybrid. The planform suggests a heavily blended wing-body configuration. This offers a massive internal volume for fuel and weapons bays, a strict requirement for the vast distances of the Pacific Theater, where NGAD is expected to operate. Serrated and sharp trailing edges. The trailing edge of the planform features specific geometric alignments, designed to bounce radar waves entirely away from the emitting source, optimizing the jet for all aspects stealth. It is just as invisible from the sides and rear as it is from the front. Hiding in plain sight. Why do defense contractors and the military do this? Why hint at a multi-billion-dollar state secret on a piece of Velcro-backed cloth? In the classified black world of defense contracting, team identity is incredibly vital. Engineers, mechanics, and test pilots work for years on projects they cannot tell their spouses, friends, or families about. Morale patches act as a vital release valve for team pride. By abstracting the aircraft's shape into a stylized graphic, programs can foster camaraderie without technically breaking security protocols. It is a high-stakes game of hide-and-seek. To foreign intelligence agencies, a patch might just look like military bravado. But to aviation historians, it is a blueprint. The legacy continues. The Boeing bird of prey proved that radical aerodynamic planforms could achieve unprecedented stealth. Decades later, as the aviation community looks toward the shadowy horizon of sixth-generation warfare, the methodology remains identical. We may not see official high-resolution photographs of Boeing's NGAD demonstrator for years to come. But if you want to know what the future of air dominance looks like, you don't need to breach a hangar at Area 51. You just need to look closely at the patch worn by the people walking out of it.